Advaita Sita Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Hari Guru Vaishnava Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Hari Guru Shri Rup Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha Rup Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha Ichhai Gosai Kori Charana Vandan Ichhai Gosai Kori Charana Vandan Jahan hoite Vignanasha Vishta Puran Jahan hoite Vignanasha Vishta Puran Ichhai Gosai Jar Mohitar Das Ichhai Gosai तास भर पादरेनु मोरा पंचगास भर पादरेनु आदिराचरण सेवे भक्त सनिवास आदिराचरण जन्म में होए अभिलाष आदिराचरण सेवे भक्त सनिवास चरण सेवे भक्त सनिवास जन्म में होए अभिलाष 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 गुरु सेवा दियो बस अभिलाष सेवा दियो बस अभिलाष भक्त संग दियो बस अभिलाष भक्त सेवा दियो बस अभिलाष राधा कृष्ण दियो बस अभिलाष राधा कुंड दियो बस अभिलाष 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 इच्छाय गोसाई जबे भज कोइलो बास इच्छाय गोसाई राधा कृष्ण नित्य लीला कोरिलो प्रकाश राधा कृष्ण राधा कृष्ण नित्य लीला कोरिलो प्रकाश आनंदे बोलो हरि भज वृंदावन आनंदे बोलो हरि भज वृंदावन श्री गुरु वैष्णव पद्म जय अमा श्री गुरु वैष्णव पद्म जय अमा श्री गुरु वैष्णव पद्म कोरिया नाम संकीर्तन कोहे मरोत्तम दास नाम संकीर्तन कोहे मरोत्तम दास हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hari Nam Sankirtan ki jai. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. So, when the full moon has arisen over 5 centuries ago, in the month of Falguni, it is considered as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day. That's the day on which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually manifested in the material world. Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namaha Brahmanya Devaya Brahmanya Chaitanya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Shri Krishna Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhupyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhakta. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Ever since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his appearance in the earthly planet, the material planet, devotees of the Gaudiya Parampara have been celebrating this day of Gauranga Mahaprabhu's appearance day, or Gaur Purnima, as the most important day in the calendar of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. It's the holiest of holy days. Why does it become the holiest of holy days? First thing is, we all know that Janmashtami signifies the appearance of Sri Krishna in the earthly planet, right? Whereas Radhashtami is celebrating the appearance of Srimati Radharani in the material planet. Whereas Gaur Purnima is the celebration of the appearance of Radha and Krishna together. So it's got a double effect. So Janmashtami and Radhashtami is in one concentrated form, which is celebrated as Gaur Purnima Day. So that makes it a very, very important, most important function in the calendar of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is acknowledged by various scriptures like the Mahabharata, the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Upanishads, as non-different from Krishna. He is actually more than Krishna because he is the combined form of Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Karabhajan Rishi in the 11th canto explains how Krishna came in different yugas, in different colors. He comes in the Shukla color, which is the white color, in the first yuga, Satya Yuga, and then he comes in the Rakta color, which is the red color, and then he comes in the Shama color, which is the dark blue color. That is Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in Pita color, which is the yellow color, which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in every yuga, from Satya Yuga to Treta Yuga to Dwapar Yuga and to Kali Yuga, where Krishna comes in the golden color, in the complexion of Srimati Radharani, to inaugurate the congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord. So Molten gold is the color of Srimati Radharani. So he comes as Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. It's very, very interesting. And what is that sloka from the Srimad Bhagavatam which confirms that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna? In the 11th canto, 5th chapter, sloka number 32, it is mentioned that Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Sango Pangasta Parshadam Yagner Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedashaha. The last line is very, very, it gives me goose pimples actually. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Sango Pangasta Parshadam Yagner Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedashaha. He comes in a complexion which is not blackish in color. Krishna is dark blue or blackish in color, right? But he is Krishna himself, and he is accompanied by his Sangha, that is all his associates, and he is also accompanied by his Upanga or his servitors, yeah? So, and also Astras, yeah? That is the weapons. And then he comes with also his Parshada. Parshada are his confidential companions, yeah? And what does he do? He does the inauguration of the congregational chanting of the holy name, which is Yagner Sankirtana prayer. So what is the astra that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu carried? He didn't carry any astra. Astra means weapon, but he carried the most important weapon to counteract the ill effects of the age of Kali, and his weapon was Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yajantihi Sumedashaha. Sumedashaha means intelligent. Intelligent people worship and worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is non-different from Krishna himself, by what? Doing what? By participating in Yagner Sankirtana prayer. So in participating in the Sankirtan Yajna, which is the best Yajna especially for this age of Kali. So the weapon that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu carried with all of us, carried to the material world, is the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So, it's like there are certain external reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and also there are internal reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So, what does Bhagavad Gita teach us? Bhagavad Gita teaches us the instructions by the Supreme Lord Krishna, right? So that is Bhagavad Gita. So it's like a journal on how to lead our life with the instructions of Sri Krishna to Arjuna, and through Arjuna he is giving the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita to all of us, right? And then at the end of Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say? He says, Sarva dharman paridyacha mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayichyami masuchaha. So he explains in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita the Karma Yoga, and then towards the end of the instructions of Karma Yoga in the 6th chapter he discusses Dhyana Yoga, and then in the last 6 chapters he discusses Jnana Yoga. And then the middle verses from chapter number 7 to chapter number 12, Krishna discusses the aspect of bhakti. So practically, conclusion of every chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the underlying principle of bhakti is stressed all the time. Whether you are practitioner of Karma Yoga, or you are practitioner of Jnana Yoga, or you are practitioner of Dhyana Yoga, bhakti is the underlying principle of spiritual success. So after establishing that bhakti is the the final instruction of Bhagavad Gita, then we have to now understand bhakti through the eyes and vision and the spiritual vision of the saints and sages. Yeah, in the earlier they were not simply rajas, they were raja rishis. So they were rishis and they were also kings. The king of the land should be actually perfected himself in spiritual learnings. So therefore it's a learning from the saints and sages and their personal realization on the aspect of bhakti. That is what the Bhagavatam teaches us. And then that is like the postgraduate study. And then the doctorate study is Chaitanya Charitamrita. What a beautiful name it is, Chaitanya Charita Amrita. It is the character of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Amrita of all the characteristics of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So the saints have, and the rajas and the rishis have given us so many shared with us their realizations on how to attain spiritual perfection. But if we have to really succeed in the aspect of bhakti, yeah, it is through the mood that we display. Yeah, it's not some scholarly knowledge that can give us spiritual perfection, right? So it is the mood with which we carry. And how can the mood of bhakti be better explained, better than God Himself, who comes to display the right mood that we should carry for pursuance of bhakti and spiritual realization. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and he had his own reasons. We know the external reasons. What are they? The famous two verses from the 4th chapter, which is Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharataha Abhyuktanam Adharmasya Tadatmanam Srajamyaham. So whenever there is decline in religious activities and there is increase and predominant rise in irreligion, then Krishna says, I descend. And so that is the conclusion of 4.7. And then when he descends, what does he do? So God, in whatever avatar he comes, he does three things when he comes to the earthly planet. What are those things? Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma samstarpanartaya, sambhavami yuge yuge. So first thing he does, Paritranaya sadhunam. He protects the devotees or the sadhus. That is the first activity when God comes to the earth planet. And then Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. So all the miscreants are completely destroyed. Yeah. Vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstarpanartaya. That is, he reinstates the religious principles when he comes down to the earth planet. So these are the three activities of the Supreme Lord when he comes down as an avatar, right? So it's one thing to say Krishna is an avatar, but the higher understanding is that Krishna is the avatari. That is, we always have heard this famous sloka, Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So the higher understanding is that Krishna is an avatari or the cause of all incarnations. Then why is he called as avatar? Because avatar is a person who descends to the material planet. So Vishnu doesn't descend to the material planet, so he is not essentially called as an avatar, right? Krishna descends, Lord Ramchandra descends. So when they descend to the material planet, that is called as an avatar. But the higher understanding is that he is an avatari or the cause of all incarnations. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did these three things: Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma samstarpanarthaya. He did these three things, but did he do it like Lord Krishna when he came? He didn't kill any demons, yeah? He was even tolerant when the demon hit Nityananda Prabhu, yeah? We have all heard of the story of Jaga and Madai. So, when the Jaga and Madai hit Nityananda Prabhu, that was the time when Sudarshan Chakra was about to be released. He got so furious that Nityananda Prabhu has been hurt. Then Nityananda Prabhu stopped him. He said, Prabhu, oh Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is not the way you do it when you come down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah? So you have to be tolerant and give the holy names to them, and that is the greatest weapon. So that's how Jaga and Madai, their lives got transformed completely, and they committed themselves to chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he did three things. One is he established the Yuga Dharma, which is the chanting of Harinam. And then he distributed the holy names to all. And then we all know one of our Panchatatvas, Advaita Acharya, he could see disaster happening very soon with the progress of Kali Yuga. People are leading very sinful lives. And he was very worried and concerned about this. And he prayed very hard. We won't get into the details of that. But he prayed very hard that the Lord should come. And the Lord has got all strength but one weakness. And what is that one weakness? He cannot refuse a devotee, you know. He is a Bhakta Vatsala. So whatever the devotee says, he just wants to satisfy the devotee's desires. So he answered the desires of Advaita Acharya and came down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these are the external reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came down to the earth planet. What are they? Establish the Yuga Dharma, which is Harinam, and then distribute the holy names. We'll have a questionnaire at the end of the class. So distribute the holy names to all, and then also to answer the prayers of his great devotee Advaita Acharya Prabhu. But just like Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport to sloka number 8 of the 4th chapter, that is Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya cha Dushkratam Dharma Samstarpanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. In the purport he says, yes, these are the technical reasons why the Lord came down to the earth planet. But the internal reason why the Lord came is to actually take us all back home, back to Godhead, associate with these devotees in the material planet and take us all back home, back to Godhead. That was the real reason to come down to the earth planet. When he comes down to the earth planet, he attracts everyone to him, right? The word Krishna itself, Krishna means all attractive Supreme Personality of Godhead. He wanted to attract all of us and take us all back home, back to Godhead. Yeah. So actually the desire of the Lord to take us back home, back to Godhead is much stronger than our desire. Yeah. So what's the name of that devotee who visited one planet? Yeah. Bhagavatamritam. What's the name of the devotee? Gopa Kumar. So Gopa Kumar went up and up by virtue of his love for the Gopal form of the Lord. He kept ascending from one planet to the other in the material world. He was not happy in any of those higher planetary systems, including that, he went to Maharloka. And in Maharloka, everybody was having, beautiful things being offered to the Ahuti. They were offering to the Yajna Kund. And then when he offered things to the Yajna Kund, Vishnu forms used to come up and personally accept the offerings from the devotee. Isn't that spectacular? You do a yajna and then Lord Vishnu comes and says, oh, you're offering something to me, please give me. He is the Yajnapati, he is the rightful owner of all the things that is offered. So he comes and personally accepts the offering. And then this Gopakumar is not happy even in that loka, Mahar loka. He went to Tapa loka. He said, what is this? I do so much of chanting. First of all, I am attracted only to chanting the holy names. And then all the yajna that is being offered, Mahavishnu comes for some time, accepts the Hahuti, and then he disappears. I am not able to have darshan of the Lord continuously. So that was his complaint. So he said, no, I am not happy in this loka. Then moment he wasn't happy, then the Pushpak Viman comes, takes him to the next loka, and the next loka in Thapa loka, everybody is doing tapasya, So they are continuously performing some tapasya or the other, and then he closed his eyes, but he is not able to tapas his silence and meditation and things like that. He is getting distracted from the main goal of chanting the holy names of the Lord. He is not even happy there. And then he goes to Brahma Loka, or the Satya Loka, which is the topmost loka in the material world. He is not even happy there. There is a elaborate worship of Brahmaji there. Of course, they are all devotionally inclined, but then he wasn't happy. Then he goes to Vishnu's planet, and Vishnu's planet is, the Lord is being worshipped in all splendor, right? And Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sevyamanam. Thousands of Sahasra, thousands of gopis, Lakshmis are serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. That is the nature. That's the nature of the Vishnu Loka. And then the moment he says Vishnu, when he has darshan of Vishnu, there it's a very formal place, You can't jump the queue and go. And then Gopakumar is extremely excited. When he sees Vishnu, he can see nothing but his Gopal there. So he starts running towards Gopal. The others who are, the guards there, they stop him on the tracks. He said, what are you doing? No, I just want to meet my Gopal. No, why? This is a formal place. Wait, just see how the worship is done. So he wasn't even happy. And then Vishnu, when he saw Gopakumar, he could understand that this is none other than Gopakumar, who is so attached to the Gopal form of the Lord. He says, no, don't stop this guy. Please ask him to come. And then Vishnu is addressing Gopakumar. It is mentioned in the Bhagavatamritam. Vishnu is addressing Gopakumar and says, where have you been? Lifetime after lifetime, I have been waiting for you, and I personally came as your guru to the material planet, but still you have delayed coming here. Can you imagine? The Lord is more eager to have us in His planet than we are. We are attracted to so many material things here, yeah. We want to make profit from mangoes. We want to get promotion. We have to run element 3 and then get 100 more customers, make more profit. So we have got so many diverted attention, right? We are all victims of that. So though it is mentioned humorously, it's like we are all victims of various material desires. And that's why we have come to the material planet. Whereas the Lord wants us there. He says, just do Sarva Dharman Parityacha and come to me. But we are still attached to so many things in the material world, right? So the Lord wants us there. Then Mahavishnu says, yes, this is not the real place for him. And then he's again the Pushpak Viman comes, and then he goes to Goloka. That's where he attains peace even in the spiritual kingdom. Can you imagine not being happy with Vishnu Loka, which is like the spiritual kingdom where the most opulent worship is taking place, but still he is not so happy. And therefore he goes to Golok Dham, where Krishna receives him personally. Can you imagine? We are all going to be received personally by Krishna at the end of this lifetime because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. And then he is received with an alingam, or the hug from the in the material world. The Modi hug is very, very famous, but that is just nothing in comparison to the hug that we receive from Sri Krishna in the spiritual kingdom of Lord. So that was the spiritual success of Gopakumar. So so there were certain internal reasons. We discussed the external reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes down to the earth planet. So the internal reasons, there were three mainly. And then what are those internal reasons? Let's try to understand Lord Krishna's mind, right? And why he decided to come down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Lord Krishna went back to his spiritual world after his pastimes as Lord Shri Krishna, that was about 5,500 years back, he thought that Radharani does so much service for me. I want to experience that pleasure, because he was seeing that Radharani is doing so much of service and she seems to be enjoying more than me. I want to experience that enjoyment. Can you imagine the mentality? Radharani is having so much of pleasure in serving Krishna. Krishna says, what is in it in me? What is it that gives her so much joy? If I get a joy of 100 to be served by devotees, she gets 1 million worth of joy in serving me. So Krishna wanted to know what is the greatness of Srimati Radharani's love, right? So why is it that she is so obsessed with me, always eager to serve me, and ready to sacrifice for my comfort, right? Like the gopis of Vrindavan. There is nobody who can show ahaituki bhakti like the gopis of Vrindavan, right? You all must have heard the story of how Krishna once developed a headache. And when he developed the headache, they approached various people, said Krishna's got a headache and can you try to sort him out, and we are so much concerned for him. And they said, okay, you give him crocin, you give him something else, some other painkillers. If doesn't work, then you give him a pain-killing injection. It will feel better. No, but Krishna has a problem. He says that I must get the dust of the lotus feet of a devotee so that I can get cure from this headache. Look at the mood of Sri Krishna. And then they say, no, I can't do that. You mean to say I have to put my feet on his head? My Lord, I'll go back to hell, and I don't know how many lifetimes I will be suffering in hell if I have to put my lotus feet on his head. I won't do that. They asked everybody refused. They said, no, how can we do that? So finally they went to the gopis and they said that this is what Krishna says, that he's got a headache and he is going to be sorted out only if you put your leg on his feet. So the gopis readily agreed. He said, you're not worried about going to hell and spending I don't know how many lifetimes in hell if you do this. He said, no problem. If this can give relief to Krishna from his headache, we don't mind suffering in hell for lifetime after lifetime, millions of lifetimes, if that is going to give relief to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we all know that this is the mood of a devotee of the Lord. When are we going to develop this kind of a mentality of doing ahaituki bhakti for the Supreme Personality of Godhead without any personal consideration whatsoever? So Krishna, we all know, is extremely attractive, but and we all understand, at least theoretically, that Srimati Radharani is the topmost devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She is eternally attracted without any distraction from anything in the material world. So she is like the first rank holder when it comes to devotee seva of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, 26th sloka of the 9th chapter, he says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahridam asnami prayatatmanaha. So he says, Krishna says, offer me patram, a leaf, pushpam, flower, patram pushpam phalam, you offer me a fruit, or you offer me toyam, water. Just 4 simple things you offer me. But what's the most important ingredient that you have to use, which makes me happy? That is, yome bhaktya prayachati. Offer me with bhakti and then I will accept it. Yeah. So that's why the embodiment of bhakti is also Tulsi Devi. So nothing the Lord accepts without Tulsi. Therefore we offer anything to the Lord with Tulsi. And then in the next sloka itself he says, Yat karoshi yad asnasi yajuhoshi dadasiyat yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you offer, whatever charity you perform, and whatever austerities you perform, offer everything as an offering to me, Krishna says. So, in all these things, Srimati Radharani has maxed it. So, Lord Krishna is completely impressed with the service of Srimati Radharani, and he is ready to accept anything that Srimati Radharani is offering to him. The attraction between Krishna and Srimati Radharani is very mutual. Yeah, so that's why Srimati Radharani is considered as the topmost devotee of the Lord. But he is not able to understand the greatness of Srimati Radharani's love, right? What is it in me that attracts Srimati Radharani so much? She is so glorious in everywhere that even if Lord Krishna aspires for that position, of Srimati Radharani, is much greater than being Krishna himself, he thinks. Look at the internal thought process of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He says, Radharani is even greater than me because a servant of Krishna is greater than Krishna himself, right? So we can give a pat on our backs, right? As aspiring servants of Krishna, how great Krishna considers us to be, right? So will he ever give us, deceive us? Certainly not. He knows and he sees whatever little offering that we are making. A devotee is greater than Krishna himself. Who could be a better example than Mother Yashoda, right? And how great is Sanatan Dharma? Sanatan Dharma is so great that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his devotee Yashoda Maya, is chasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead with a stick, right? And Krishna is looking scared. The mascara in his eyes is dropping off from his eyes. He is very scared of his mother. He says, Mama, I didn't do this. I didn't eat butter. I didn't steal butter from other houses. Why are you punishing me, So he was speaking a lot of transcendental lies. I didn't eat mud. Balram is actually telling lies. Mama, I am right. I never eat mud. So he spoke so many transcendental this thing. He said, I believed you all along, but Balram will always speak the truth. So you are a naughty fellow, worth being punished, and I am going to tie you around the the wooden mortar. So this is the greatness of Sanatan Dharma, where a devotee of the Lord actually chastises the Lord, right? So a devotee is much greater than Krishna himself, and the greatness of their love, Krishna himself is not able to understand. What is that song which Yamunacharya has sung? Adaram Maduram Vadanam Maduram, Nayanam Maduram, Hasitam Maduram, Hridayam Maduram, Gamanam Maduram, Vachanam Madunam, Maduradipate Akilam Maduram. So he says that Adharam Maduram, your lips are so sweet. Vadanam Maduram, your face is so sweet. And then Nayanam Maduram, your eyes is so sweet. And then Hasitam Maduram, when you smile, we are completely captivated. Your smile is so sweet. Hridayam Maduram, your heart is so sweet, right? Gamanam Maduram, your gait or your walking is so sweet. When you walk, it is so sweet, yeah. In Vrindavan, when they have to reach out to Krishna, they want to know in which direction Krishna has gone. They look at his footsteps and they start following the footsteps. And then when they are following the footsteps of the Lord are so attractive to them that they are very careful in keeping their steps. So they will go zigzag to make sure that they don't step on the foot of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the amount of love that they have. So in this 10 verses, I think, which was Madhurashtakam, Ashtakam, 8 verses which was composed. In that he says, the flute is so sweet, the dust of your lotus feet is so sweet, your feet itself is so sweet, your singing is so sweet, the yellow cloth that you wear is so sweet, your eating is so sweet, your sleeping is so sweet, and then your deeds are so sweet. It is liberating for all of us. The stealing also is so sweet, yeah. So when Krishna was tied to the wooden mortar, the whole of, it's like a great Gramya Katha. We have a lot of Gramya Katha also going on. That is having some gossip. But even when it comes to gossip, in Vrindavan they used to do only one type of gossip about Krishna. So everybody, news went around in Vrindavan that Krishna is tied to the wooden mortar. Let's all go. The whole village of Vrindavan is there to watch this wonderful pastime of Mother Yashoda tying him on the wooden mortar, right? And then half of them supported Krishna, the other half did not support Krishna. They said, no, Krishna deserved this punishment. The other half said, no, he is so sweet, he never came, I voluntarily gave him butter. So there were half the people who were supporting Krishna, the other half was not supporting Krishna. And what was the purpose of all this? They didn't want that pastime to end. So they have to take turns in praising Krishna or speaking against Krishna, so that this discussion on Krishna can go on from eternally. So that's the mood of the devotees of Vrindavan. So my sweetness is Adbhuta, and I am not able to understand. It's wonderful, and I am not able to understand my own sweetness. So that was one of the internal reasons. So Radharani was relishing my sweetness, which I am not able to understand. So that is one of the internal reasons why Krishna wanted to come down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then so that as Radharani and Krishna combined, he can experience every aspect of his own sweetness. He wanted to know about his own sweetness, which he was not able to understand as Lord Krishna. Then the third reason is the Saukyam, or the happiness which he was experiencing. What the devotee of the Lord was experiencing. The devotee of the Lord was experiencing, one is greatness of Radharani's love, and then understanding the sweetness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then the third reason is the happiness, what the devotee Srimati Radharani is getting. Whatever is in relation to Krishna is a source of great happiness. And the giver of the service to Krishna and the recipient of the the service, actually the giver of the service gets 10 million times more happiness than the recipient of the service, right? So the Saukyam is something which is to be experienced. Krishna says, I want to experience this. So therefore, he comes down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna accepted the bhava and entered into the womb of Sachi Devi, right? So it's like a moon appeared in the ocean, which is very, very significant for all of us. So the moon always exists, the ocean also always exists, but it comes to our vision by the mercy of the light and day. It's not that during the daytime the moon is finished, moon is still there, but when the night dawns, the moon becomes visible, right? So the moon is not dependent for its existence, moon always exists, but it's just that the moon goes out of our vision and sometimes comes into our vision. So Krishna says, Aham bija pitama prajapati, prajapita. He is the supreme father of all living entities. But Lord Krishna wants to accept the mood and the service mentality of his greatest devotee, who is Srimati Radharani. So this is what is basically discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, which is considered as the crest jewel of all Vedic scriptures, focuses on Ananya Bhakti, or the unalloyed service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he feels obliged to the devotees, as we see in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and wants to experience the greatness of the love of his devotees to himself. So he comes down, and it is explained by the gopis, Na Pare Hum. Yeah, this is a book written by His Holiness Shivram Swami Maharaj, where I can never repay your debt to me. So Lord Krishna himself gets bewildered by the greatness of the love and the bliss that the devotees of himself experience. So what is that verse? 15th chapter, 15th sloka. Sarvasya chaham ridhi sannivishto mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. And then Vedaisya sarvair ahameva vedyo Vedanta krit vedavid eva chaham. So Vedanta krit means he is the knower of all the Vedas, and he is Vedanta Vedavid. He is also is the compiler of the Vedas, Vedanta krit, and Vedavid means he is the knower of all the Vedas. So the knower of all the Vedas, the compiler of all the Vedas, is now left completely bewildered, and he does not understand this aspect about himself. So he, when he is compiler of all the Vedas, he knows the past, he knows the present, and he knows the future as well. But he still does not understand the greatness of Radharani's love. So he manifests as the Mahabhav form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. Yeah. So we need to meditate on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we are fortunate to discuss this great Gaur Purnima festival on 2 days before Gaur Purnima. So let's start our meditation today, and try to meditate on some of the important instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is that? What is his advice to us? How do we attain spiritual perfection? First he says, Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara Nama Haite Haya Sarva Jagata Nishtara. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's verse where he says the holy name Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara. In Kali Yuga especially, he has incarnated as the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all of us should commit ourselves to chanting. Chanting is personal association with the Lord Himself. We have to clearly have a conviction about this. Being in the material world with so many distractions, it's very difficult to connect ourselves with any avatar of the Lord. But the chanting of the holy name, which is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We get the association of the Lord directly. Yeah, when you chant the holy names of the Lord, just remember that Krishna is actually dancing in your tongue, right? And it's a direct manifestation of the Lord. There is, the best process, especially in the age of Kali. And if we do this, first is belief that the holy name is an incarnation of Lord Krishna. Second is chanting is directly associating with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Certainly all of us will be delivered. Okay, that understanding should get transformed to action, right? So what is that? What should we do? Yare deka tare kaha Krishna upadesh, so amara agya guru hana tara ye desha. So what does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says? Yare deka tare kaha Krishna upadesh. Whomever you meet, in whatever way you package it, tell about the instructions of Lord Krishna. How can we do it? By small things actually. When I go to a flower vendor to buy flowers, I just wish them Hare Krishna. First 1 or 2 visits, they won't even understand. Then third time they will say Hare Rama, Hare Ram Krishna. So many things they say. Finally they get it and they know that this man is happy only if you say Hare Krishna. So you have made them chant the holy names. So that's the conviction that we should all have. So, Yare deka tare kaha Krishna upadesh. So, which is possible in every small way. You don't tell the flower vendor, sit here, repeat this shloka, all that. No. Preaching is very, very simple. Preaching is just asking them to chant Hare Krishna in a manner that is acceptable to them, without them getting, bored with you or antagonist with you. Yeah, we are all representatives of Srila Prabhupada. So we should present Krishna consciousness in a very nice way. And that is the instruction, Amara Yagnya, Ajnana. That is, Guru. So all of us have to become gurus and preach the holy names of the Lord and liberate everyone. So that is the instruction of Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he also says in the Adi Lila chapter 9 sloka number 41, which is again a very, very popular verse, Bharata Bhumite Haila Manushya Janma Yara Janma Sartaka Kori Koro Para Upakara. So 2 things you have to do. If you have taken the birth in Bharata Bhumi, yeah, and especially as a Manushya Janma, if you have got the Janma of a human being, 2 things we have to do. That's our responsibility. Janma Sartaka Kori. Make your life successful, yeah, and that success is not complete till you do Kara para upakara. You have to do service to the society. And what is the highest service to the society that we can perform? By giving this holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So, on the happy occasion of Guru Purnima, we are all specially empowered by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah, and we have special blessings from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he is attracted to anyone who chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He is the most munificent incarnation. He did not leave too many instructions, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He just led by example and taught us all to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then, and he has made God more accessible to all of us, right? That's the special power which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done, and special service to all of us. So by doing this simple thing of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
So let us perfect our lives. Janma sartaka kari, khara para upakara. Do upakara or service to society, and the highest form of service to society is to teach them about devotional service to the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, right? So that's the biggest service, right? So Srila Prabhupada used to give this example because this is a concept which the materialists may find it difficult to accept. What is this service you're talking about? People are hungry. I give food to them. That's the best way to serve. I provide clothing to them. I give housing to them. Yeah, the people who are oriented towards charity, they think in these ways, which are not good, which are not bad at all. They are all activities in Sattva Gun. So, but it's Prabhupada used to give this example. If you see a hungry man wearing, torn clothes, and he is roaming around like a mad person, what's the best way to serve him? If you have knowledge about who his father is, you don't need to give him food, clothing, nothing at all. You just say, you come here, sit in my car, I'll take you to your father's palace, right? And then once he goes back, the father thanks you, says, oh, I had lost my son, this guy is mentally retarded, I was searching him everywhere, where did you find him? Please bring him. And then all his requirements are completely taken care of by the richest person in that town. So our responsibility is taking people to Krishna consciousness in a manner that is acceptable to all, and that is sufficient so that all of us can go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. So meditate on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and chant the holy names with a lot of seriousness, and success will come. It may take a longer time. If we will have distractions, that's what the material world is supposed to be, not the mistake of the material world. We have chosen to come to the material world because of our unfulfilled desires. So let's apply the correction, and the correction is best applied by following the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara, and go back home, back to Godhead in this lifetime. So we have like two devotees today who are staying with us, Narsimha Prana Prabhu and his good wife, and both of them are doing service in the temple in Hungary. Manjuali Mataji is, I was just telling one devotee who came up with us in the lift that she is the topmost fashion designer. And what fashion does she design? She designs clothes for Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu and for Radhe Shyam in Hungary. So whenever they come once a year, they visit us to do shopping for Radhe Shyam in Hungary. So we are all the time excited because we know we are going to get a gift for our Gaur Nitai. So She has designed and bought clothes for a set of clothes for our God Nitai. So they are doing such fantastic service. And Narsimha Prana Prabhu is in the deity worship department. So both of them are serving in Hungary. His Holiness Shivaram Swami Maharaj. And it's not very easy to serve Srila Shivaram Swami Maharaj. He is like a stickler for perfection and cleanliness, you know. He came to the restaurant once when we were there, and we thought that the restaurant is immaculately clean. Yeah. So he just took his fingers and then ran his fingers through the railings, and then he showed the devotee, what is this? So much of dust. So that's the amount of cleanliness that we can get to see when you visit Hungary, and all of you should try and make a plan to visit Hungary, and devotees will be ready to help you. And it's great to serve Srila Shivaram Swami Maharaj. So I'm happy to host them, and they took time off from their busy schedule and said, okay, we want to meet some devotees here. So they've come along with me. So thank you all very much, dear devotees, for inviting me and allowing me to speak on this important occasion of Gaur Purnima. Happy Gaur Purnima to all. Chant the holy names, and if you satisfy Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then everybody else is satisfied, and your birth on the Pushpak Viman to Goloka is confirmed. Okay? Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yes. Narsimha Prana and Manju Ali.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji, please. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji. Welcome to our center. We are very blissful to have devotees from such a long distance. So we want to have some words for our devotees.
Yeah, Narsimha Prana can speak.
Yeah.
Mataji little weak in English. Thoda.
I not very speak much English. We're very inspired to see so many devotees in Bangalore, in this place. Very happy see you. And so many children, it's very nice. We very like come in Bangalore and see the devotees. And this first time we come in this program, see more devotees. Usually see only Yugala, Kishore and Kishore. Thank you for being here and hear a nice lecture. We hope we have
More chance to.
yes, more chance come to see you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
We would like once you come to Hungary and see Radhashyam, if possible.
Yes.
So let's loudly chant one Hare Krishna Mahamantra for both these devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Mataji, you should take some online class how to stitch dress for our devotee, our deities. Some of our deities are kids are there. They are very much interested in.
If you come in Hungary,
Hungary. Yeah, we have heard about Hungary, very nice temple, definitely will try to come there. But if something in online, something if you are able to do, that will be nice.
Yeah, it can be done with a translator, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Busy. Eh? But still, we'll try to make a program. Yeah.
Meditation.
Yes. Yeah, we can have a translator from Hungary, and with a translator it is even better, by the way. Because Mataji teaches one step, for example, and the translator speaks. So you understand, and then you go to the step 2, step 3.
Sure, bro. We can do that. That will be really helpful.
Yeah.
These kids are anchoring to how to design dress for Lord. They have so many thoughts, but they don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So that will be very helpful.
Yes, Prabhu?
How many clothes, garlands?
Garlands, yeah.
Lens.
Okay.
Yes. Whatever. Maybe.
Yeah.
Weekly one class. Should be nice.
Now Prabhuji is becoming greedy. Let's start with at least one, and then we'll see how it progresses.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
So that will be at least some small techniques.
Like
Workshop.
Yeah. See, when you have time, you can make a video recording and send that to us.
Yeah.
So that is very simple.
So many countries ask about this.
Yeah.
Because thinking about
Yes, so you do video recording with translation in English, and we can send it to all temples in the world, not only to Kagdaspura. Become the world famous celebrities for Krishna's service. Yeah, it's possible. Video recording can be done. That's a good suggestion, Prabhu.
Yes, bro. Sure, bro. That will be
Yeah.
simple things, Mother. That will definitely help. Because my kids, we have a small DTs at home. So we don't know how to do the
Yeah.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you for accepting.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So Prabhu has taken a wonderful class. So personally, I know Prabhu because if you are a devotee, right? So the only external outlet what we have is elementary. So I am a regular customer. So Prabhu sometime on a very long road, it used to be there in Sunday. So Prabhu give a special sheet. So if you want to relish Krishna Prasad, that is offered twice. So generally Prabhupada says once you should offer when you have a restaurant or something. But in Prabhu's restaurant they offer twice to Jagannath, Baldev, Subramanya. So that's one